popping. You don't stop. You don't stop.
The treacherous three or somebody.
Yeah, but that was old school rap.
Yes, yes.
Like that was old school rap.
Yes,
I'm representing the Phillies today. Go Eagles. But look,
you see that dope shirt? You see that dope shirt? That shirt dope right there.
Absolutely. It's called Sublimation
right
Pup.
Yes,
You know, I had to represent the fanatic.
Yes.
Because the Phillies games, let me just tell you the difference between baseball and football. Some of you may not watch baseball, like you may not watch hockey. How you get hooked, if you really want to get into it, all you got to do is watch it now during any playoff season, just so you can see the skill level that you have to have playing that sport. Football is easier. Baseball is hard, especially when it comes to hitting.
I think baseball is more mental. I mean,
No,
let
skill.
me just say that. No, let me just
Everything
say
is mental.
everything is mental.
Yeah.
But baseball, it's like you gotta hit. Your eye got to be on that ball. I mean, and that's
It's
the only,
skill.
that's like you just gotta hit the ball.
I know from just when I had my vacation, I sucked at playing baseball, and those times in the penitentiary, that's the only thing that's fun to do is like Thanksgiving Day. They have a big giant football game. Oh my goodness, that's a day that kind of everybody get a pass. Nobody get extorted, beat up, argue with. The games be big, the whole yard watching. It's fun, honestly. But when I'm bringing that example up only because I suck bad at baseball. My Puerto Rican, it was Pedro. Oh my goodness,
Pedro.
he was knocking. We used to go off if he knocked the ball way out of the gate of the jail. Cause to us, So, but I used to watch baseball. I used to go to the baseball games back in the 80s. I definitely did the Phillies games. Just like I went to the 76ers games at the Spectrum.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you our hustle. We used to go down the Spectrum and go in the tunnel, go at the end of the tunnel where all the players used to come up. Mm-hmm. The only ones that never, ever came through the tunnel was Julius Erving.
He knew y'all was He knew y'all was winning.
The only one that didn't never come to the tunnel was Julius Erving. Come on, Geek. You can come sit in with us. You know what I'm saying? And come on, Geek, have a seat with us. Come sit with the WillPower crew.
Turn the ear.
Oh, yeah, you hot. Lord.
How you doing, huh? I'm over here, melting over here.
These want me to turn the air on in the winter. But listen,
it ain't winter.
When I tell you baseball is a very, very hard sport, baseball is a very, very hard sport because you got to learn how to hit the ball. And them throwing at 100 miles per hour and 90, the average is 90, 85 miles per hour a ball. So you have to be that good. Especially women, y'all should be able to relate because some women can't catch. You try to throw keys, they be, So you imagine a baseball at 80, 90 miles per hour. No, because guys can relate. Guys, I can say at least 10 guys out of every 10, 7 has watched a baseball game before. Back in the 80s, in the 90s, the bars used to be popping with baseball league teams. And everybody used to go to them jobs. They was popping.
Let me tell you, we used to go to so many of those every summer. My mom, it was a bar down on when my mom and them used to go to this place, and I forget the name of it. But they had a baseball team. And it was like the big thing for us. We always went to those baseball games. Oh, they don't do that kind of stuff no more.
I was thinking about that. Maybe they need to bring it back. What's up, Geek?
7-0.
Listen,
right.
Eagles, I'm so hyped with the Eagles that I got Pittsburgh Steelers fans telling me that, no, they going to the Super Bowl. If anybody think that, now we caught 2 of my friends. They was at the game. Pittsburgh Steelers down. They're going to try to go live trying to play it off, but they asses got caught. Let me show you. When I tell you they asses got caught, they got caught, and I put them out there.
Put them right on my page.
I put them right on my page. No, y'all go. Y'all gonna try to go to the Eagles game with all all Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Look, caught them. Caught them. Go to my page on Facebook, and you'll catch Pittsburgh Steelers fans trying to leave out, trying to act like they was happy. Y'all was mad as shit. Go Eagles, Sixers. Y'all got a little work to do. You know, it's still early, so I'm not super excited right now. No, just because that's my team, I'm not excited. They got to prove themselves. They get paid lots of money to entertain us. We're fans. I am a fan. I expect nothing but the best. Embiid is A1. He a bull. Maxey on point. Tobias, we got to talk, bro.
Why they say we the worst fans?
Because
we are.
Let me tell you. You know why? Let me tell you why people say we the worst fan.
We are.
No, the thing about us as Eagles fans, as Philadelphia sports fans, we are knowledgeable of the game. We have knowledge of the game. We don't just watch the game to see if our team win. We watching to see if it was a flag. We watching to see if somebody jumped off sides. We watching all that. You know what I mean? Because we want to know because the refs be cheating us, and that's why.
Also, they be out of pocket.
We're so passionate about our sports. You know what I'm saying?
Them other teams be out of pocket sometimes. I don't know why they thought. What was the team that came on our rocky steps? And
the Vikings.
The Vikings.
They lost
and
too.
Eagles
and
fans,
they lost this year too.
Eagles fans got their behinds up out of there.
Right.
That was crazy.
Right.
Get out of here.
This
This is our steps. Don't come here with that.
They put the jersey on the Rocky statue with a hat.
They was out of pocket. That was out of pocket.
They was out of pocket.
They lost.
And then the news, they kill me. They're like, oh, they just was attacking us for no reason. No, we don't play that.
No,
we don't play that.
No, y'all know why we was attacking.
Y'all know exactly why.
Most of the time, it's not for no reason. Because even like I do a lot of tailgating, and there's always whoever the opponent is. There's always fans out there for the other team, and I don't see people jumping on those people, beating them. They beat with the Eagles. They're with the Eagles fans. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so we just had fun, poke fun at them, but nobody gets physical. So they just be haters. They just be mad because we really love our team. Like we really be in it.
Right.
Listen, the Astros game.
Tell them don't
The
come
seats
back.
was not the Astros game the other night, the one that they won. Their seats were not packed.
Right.
They had so many empty seats. Like that's something that you don't see in Philly. Even when the Eagles is losing, it's packed. The tickets is still $300, $400, no matter what. Or I don't know about the Phillies as much. Their fan base is a little, but the Eagles fans, win or lose, always there.
Absolutely.
Always.
First of all, baseball will always be more lit. You know, it's more seats, I think, in baseball than there is in. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Baseball is more of a richer sport too.
Well, it's the sport that they call the American pastime. So it was the first sport. That's the sport that was playing in the 1800s. They were playing football.
I got
in the
some
day.
baseball cards from back then.
Yeah, and then they even had the Negro leagues.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They had the Negro baseball leagues. You know, and that's
and they had them in the prisons.
Yes,
and they had them in the military.
Yes, and if you notice. Baseball players get paid a lot of money too. Like Bryce Harper got like a 13-year.
Why you count Bryce Harper money?
They put it on the news.
No, see,
he got a 13-year like $131 million contract for. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, compared to football players, but you gotta get slammed all around on the ground.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Baseball, you might get hit with the ball, but you know what I'm saying? It's not as physical.
It's harder.
It's not as
football
physical.
is easier.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I think
because you getting slammed around on the ground in football. You getting sacked.
Easier.
Football is more of a contact sport.
Yeah, I feel like,
and I feel like baseball players probably couldn't play football.
Right.
They can't handle getting tackled.
See, but they ain't trying to pay. They get more money playing baseball.
But I'm just saying, I'm not going to say that.
Baseball
feel like
is harder.
Football players is constantly getting hit.
If baseball was easier, you would have more people playing baseball.
No, that's not the reason why.
Okay.
But anywho. That's another, you know.
Have
That's
you ever
another,
played baseball?
That's another topic.
Have you ever played baseball, Khadijah?
I played softball.
I played softball.
Well, that's the same thing to me.
Softball. I played softball.
Okay, Geek, you?
Softball.
Y'all think y'all better than me playing softball?
Oh my God.
Probably not.
I'm asking
Probably
the question.
not now.
Probably
Not
not.
now.
Not at our age. Right now, we go play our back.
Probably not.
The
No,
ball,
I'm
Sunday.
not. Nah, I'm not
All right,
even
what about
running.
basketball?
See, I played
I'm not-
football
What
with
about
the boys.
basketball?
I'm not doing none of that.
What about basketball?
I'm doing namaste. I'm just doing
I'm not a basketball person.
mental
My sister
exercise. I'm
is.
not running.
But I played
Now,
football.
I'll beat y'all ass in rope. Let me get in,
You
y'all.
probably
Let me get in.
will.
What
I
type of
know.
rope?
I know you can
Double dutch?
No, I can't do double
I can never
dutch.
jump
No.
double dutch. So you
Single
you-
dutch.
I was about to say double dutch. You not fucking
Ain't
with
no
me.
such thing. as
No, I can't do double dutch.
Talk
Single
about single
dutch. Single.
Bye.
When I do this, it's over.
Single dutch. And I never knew how to jump double dutch.
So you
That's
can't
so
even talk to me.
crazy.
Can you run single?
Yeah, I can jump single.
But no, I'm talking
Because
about
I ain't got to get.
the
But if you
footsies and all
once
that.
you
Once you
jump
get your
double
feet
dutch,
together.
The footsies
single
turning
is
around,
easy.
spinning around on one leg, yeah, all that.
Nope, never knew.
Oh, I'm a bull.
See, that's how you
Remember, it
can tell I
was
was a
13
nerd.
of us.
That-
7 was girls.
That's how
8
you
was
can,
girls.
I was a nerd.
Oh, no.
I wasn't really doing
What about
too much.
Jack?
I still
What
hold
about
down my
jacks?
double
Oh
dutch
yeah, I
title.
played jacks. Chinese rope.
You know the jacks with the ball?
Yeah.
I ain't going to brag because one girl at NCO, when I was in there murdering everybody, she killed me. She was on her
She
like
did the
8.
flip flops. And
She was on her 8.
Oh, so you can't.
But I ain't know. I underestimated. You know I talk trash.
Yeah.
What? Come on, Burn.
Should have been using that energy for the
She
game.
killed me. I was amazed. She.
Flip it round the
I'm like,
world.
oh, I'm done.
See,
Because I ain't gonna lie, I get to my 7s and 8s. I'm still a boy as a guy.
you never got all 10.
I'm a
You
guy.
can't beat me then.
My hands, come on.
Real quick.
Now you trying to disrespect
Then
me.
tamp it down. Remember
Just
tamp
like
it?
I asked y'all about baseball, football.
I played football though. I played with the
But-
boys.
Now I play
these-
football too, especially
These trying to
Thanksgiving.
play me. I ain't had no willpower for that. She tried to play me. That's why I say, you know I play softball. You know I play baseball. She was trying to play me. It's
I
cool.
did play. We play. Wilson. The girls used to play against the guys on Sunday morning. Wilson, when I lived in the projects when we was younger, we always would go and play softball in the sun and when it was fall. So yes, I did used to play softball.
Oh, that's decent.
Yeah, we used to have a ball. Yeah,
That's
Literally.
decent.
yeah, we used to do that.
Let's do a reunion. Old heads, from
old
uptown
head
versus the
reunion.
old heads downtown. Get your old heads that play some softball.
Most of our players ain't
I
around.
don't know. I don't think I got it. No
Most of
more,
our
E.
players ain't
You ain't
around
never
no
lied.
more.
I ain't got it no more.
I'm not running. That's the whole thing. It's over. Like I don't
You know,
have
y'all
none of
could
that.
know. We would have to play.
If
We would
I
have
run
to play
from here to the door, I'm gonna
dodgeball.
be tired.
Look, we need
We
to
would
do
have
a
to play
spelling bee.
dodgeball.
No, we don't have to run.
We need to do a spelling bee.
I would lose. I'm not good at spelling. I'm good with
That's what I'm saying.
math, reading comprehension.
I remember when in my 8th grade spelling bee spelling mouse.
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 In 8th grade.
And guess how I spelt it?
You good with spelling?
From Mickey Mouse.
Y'all good with spelling?
I am.
Spell pneumonia.
PNEUMONIA.
And
Yes, it is.
okay. All right, spell.
Look at him.
No, I'm just gonna think. I ain't gonna try to get
Let me
crazy.
bring up my
No,
dictionary.
something short. Spell
Hey, Reds.
Mississippi.
MIS.
You can take my M, my I, my cook a letter, I. Cook a letter, humpback, I.
MISSISSIPPI.
That's
Right,
easy.
I know. I was just playing.
I mean, that's the easiest one you're gonna get
Yeah,
right
because
there.
y'all did them cheerleaders. Yeah. Y'all did cheers. You did cheers, Geeks.
Yeah,
I was color guard.
You was color. Y'all ain't do cheers, Geek.
we did. We
I had
did
the
cheers.
flag.
It probably wasn't in Geek in them era.
No, we had cheers. We did.
No, I'm talking about on
Oh,
the block.
probably like the way we did. it.
Oh, yeah.
No, like.
Yeah.
And they did it. They had the.
GLY. Y'all
Yeah.
ain't got no alibi. You
Yeah.
ugly. You ugly.
Yeah.
Y'all sure
y'all
did.
remixed it, though. That wasn't original.
That came from that movie.
Y'all
though.
remixed it.
That was
That's how I
wasn't
always
original.
knew it. That's
what
how
I
I
knew.
knew it.
I knew Sexiata.
So
Because the girls, Sexiata. Because I used to have nail ladies. I used to give out pineapple nail ladies to get all the
He always
ground.
running around.
I was.
Here,
ain't gonna
I got
lie.
a pineapple nine later. Do
I mean,
Mississippi.
I didn't think I remember so well. The Sexiati. And they used to say, make me do it. He really, really, really. He really, really, really. We down.
That's right.
On the ground. Oh. And so imagine at a young 13-year-old, 14-year-old with now ladies and about $8.
You
And she talking about what? He really, 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 what?
You know what? I'm missing Philly.
What?
And it's way back. You gotta be an old head.
What?
My grandmother's phone number was HA40526.
My grandmother's was
HA4. Yes.
My great-great-grandmother's phone number was SH87883. And guess what? She
Yo,
still
that's
got that. They
crazy.
still got that same phone number at their house.
My
day.
mama Marie was
That's crazy.
GE85755. It should be like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, what's your number? My mom should be like, Germantown 85755.
Yeah, that's crazy. We used to do KI down South Philly. It was KI5. It was KI5,
Wow.
SH8.
What about the time? TI61212.
TI61212. Remember you said to call that to see what time it was?
Yes.
Oh my God! Yes.
shit.
That's crazy.
Yes,
We
you had
definitely
to.
used to call
Yeah, you used to-
TI61212.
Yep.
The
Absolutely.
weather
You
too.
call for the weather, the
Call
time.
for the weather, the time, and yes,
Delaware, the
that's
weather was
amazing.
1499,000.
Yeah.
But I remember
Yo.
my grandma lived off Nidro, like down from Star Shop. Off
That's
Nidro on
amazing.
12th Street.
Mhm.
HA40526 was the phone number.
Yeah, they had
Change
the phone
came.
number.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sam Cooke. That John came, Sam Cooke.
Yep.
A change
It
on
did.
A lot of
things.
people don't know what I'm talking about when I say
Man,
it.
Yes.
dial-up internet. You
Yeah,
just had to
all
put
that.
the CD
Remember
in
you
there.
had to dial up?
Yeah.
Remember you had to.
You had to dial, call the number.
No, but remember you had to format your disc with DOS,
Yep.
and you had to do
Yep.
C semicolon backslash
Yep.
backslash.
That's crazy.
Just
You just had to
format
do your own
disc.
encoding. Yeah.
Yes, I had
That's
to do
crazy.
it
My daddy had a conversion van, y'all. I'm about to take y'all back.
with
With
the
the
old
8-track.
grandpa van.
With the
Oh, yeah.
old
8-track
grandpa
player.
van.
I grew up in one of them
These
Jones.
big gigantic tapes
The
he used to
tape you
push
that
in.
I sung on the
that
choir
joint
back
in
in the day, so I know about the 8-track.
Listen,
8-track.
because remember when your grandma had the stereo set that you lift up, and hers
Yeah.
had the 8-track thing on it, and they had the joint on the
Shit,
side
I
where you
was
slide the
radio
albums
right here.
And the little
underneath it.
pieces that you put in
The
the
little
middle for
piece
the
in the middle for the
45.
45.
Yeah,
No, real
my
shit.
grandma had
Yeah.
a big turntable on 6025 North 12th Street. She had the big table. You lift it
Yeah.
up.
So
Shout out to all the grandmoms who gave
my
us the
grandma,
game.
yes, my grandma bought that on time
Right.
from Stern's Furniture Store.
I can tell you this. If you are a thorough individual, what I mean by thorough, just because you watch Woodworks. If you watch Woodworks in your lifetime, you a boy. That's for girls and guys. You know why? Or if you clean glass tables with newspaper,
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
with vinegar. With vinegar. Don't
because
forget
there
the
wasn't no
vinegar.
such thing as Windex.
It was Windex, but they weren't about to buy that.
All right, y'all might have had it. We ain't had no fucking Windex.
Oh, right.
We
We had Windex.
Vinegar.
I had
Remember,
Windex, but I did use
Maybe
I
one
used
bottle,
to use vinegar
put
to clean
water
my
in it.
bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was a
Put water in it.
All
bartender,
that good stuff.
I used to use vinegar.
Remember when we used to clean the steps with Clorox?
Yeah, oh no,
Now,
well,
South
that only
Philly-
happened
No, down South
when
Philly,
they
we
ain't want
had-
you to sit on their steps.
No,
They pour bleach
no,
on
we
their
had marble. Most of our streets had marble.
y'all was getting
steps.
money.
We
We
had
ain't no
marble.
marble.
We had marble.
And y'all was
steps.
talking about we was
And we
privileged.
had this.
Hold up, wait a
We
minute.
had to every
Wait a
Saturday
minute.
we had to put common cleanser.
Downtown had marble
Yeah, we had
steps.
real marble, and my mom still got their house to this day, and it's still marble steps there.
Oh yeah, because them Italians weren't playing. Whoever was building,
Yeah,
Russians.
we had marble steps.
Well,
down South
well,
Philly.
well,
And we used to have to get
I
You
out.
do
know
know that's where all
I
the
know that's
African Americans live.
We
Whatever you want to call us. You do know that's where they all lived, South Philly. Before North, they wasn't them blacks back in North.
wasn't no blacks in North.
Do some research on
Well,
Philadelphia.
listen.
Well, I'm speaking
you know what?
Philadelphia.
That's probably true because you know when I did my
When I did my
ancestry
Philly
research, my great grandmother's first
Trust
when she moved from Virginia, she moved from Virginia to Philadelphia in 1920, and her first address was 1835 Garrett Street. So she moved from Virginia to South Philly, and
Yeah.
then my grandmother was born in South Philly.
Look up. You'll get a. You're more of a. See, you know how people get into. They go way back, but that ain't gonna help you. Overstanding something way back, it'll help you understand what's going on now. Unless you, if you can take that way back and change it right now, I'm with you. If you can't change it right now, then what I put in my pocket, what's in my bank accounts, and their bank accounts, and our children's, the ones that's alive, then we with it. Because honestly, it's about right now. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people really they go too far with. That's why I be wanting to talk about it a little bit, but then I be shutting up because.
Well, I feel like some things from the past needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
I do too.
One thing is
You have to talk because see the thing
you don't
is,
think that it keep people
no,
to keep them from growing because they always sitting around thinking they're entitled.
What is that saying? If you don't learn from your past, you're doomed to repeat it.
And there's something else that I wish
just look how things are going backwards.
Yeah.
You would have thought that things would have been progressing, but no. Why? Because the issues that people were supposed to have been talking about, they just swept that. They give you a little bit of, you know how they give you a little crumb here.
Yeah.
And then you can shut up now. We gave you the projects. Mm-hmm. You gave you free lunch.
Richard Allen. That's what I was just.
So what I'm saying is they use those tactics. They don't want you to talk about a lot of things from the past. One, because a lot of that stuff ain't true. That's one. And you will find out the truth. If you get to digging, because you know from me doing my ancestors.
No, that's
research,
true. See, I wasn't going, what I was saying about people go too far, that's a perfect example. I only want, that's why I power phrase like in my bank account, in my pocket, in my children's pocket, in your pocket. You know, people need to really grow and eat. People need to be able to sustain. People need food, water, shelter. You know, I'm all about everybody should be equal if it can be. But the reason why I say that because like I was going to say it all started with the project Richard Allen. That's not where it started, but if you study that, where Richard Allen, who Richard Allen was, and why they named that project Richard Allen, when they decide to make that project a project, you'll see why. Like, I'm only going by what my mother told me. My mother, that was the closest thing to me before she passed. So I used to ask her questions like, Mom, like, where did you grow up? And like, she went to Volks. I know that because I asked her these questions. Like, where was I born and raised? You was born and raised uptown. I know that now. But hard times, because I know I lived everywhere. 17th and Ingersoll. I lived West Philly, 5-6 different places. Moved uptown, various places, back Somerville, Brickyard. I done lived everywhere. And I remember moving. That mean we was getting evicted. Like real shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you understand that Richard Allen project, like, that's why they start tearing down like Blumberg projects. You know how much crime went down since Blumberg projects was tore down? Like, honestly, I used to hang down there on the regular. With my
because a lot of the people, they didn't all see what they did when they closed a lot of those projects and when they tore them down. They didn't let everybody come back.
They moved some out 46th Street. I know because I filmed some of them. Then I was asking my homies, where did they move? People still got them.
Everybody.
They separated. Some they sent down South Philly. Yep. Some they sent. What I'm meaning to say that is to say the reason why I'm saying this because as we think together, and we not trying to go back. When we go back, we feel entitled. And people don't already want to work for their success. They wanted to be given it. They wanted to be handed down. Like somebody wants you to go in, they want you to literally go in your pocket and just pay them. And do everything that they're supposed to have. They want to be pampered. Nobody want to work for the accolades anymore. They don't want it to be called the accolade anymore. Residuals. And even to the point where you can't even brag about, you can't even acknowledge your success. Not brag. Acknowledge your success because people misconstrue it for bragging.
Well, why do you think? No, and it's a lot of things, though. Because it's a lot of things. See, you know me, I'm always going to go back because I can't help it. Because I can't.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just think about, look at it like this. Just look at it like this because we have to be careful the way we say stuff. Because it's a reason why. And I know that's not everybody's reason, but just think about when, and I'm going to go back, E. Sorry. I'm going to go back. I'm sorry. Because you all the way.
Oh, why?
All right, let me just say it like this.
We can't relate. We were not there.
Listen, it's not about relating.
We were not there.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me a story.
When our people was out of so-called slavery.
Allegedly.
Allegedly slavery. Alleged slavery. when they came out and they built their own, they came out and became wealthy. Why? They had the skills. They were the ones that knew how to plant. They were the ones that knew how to build. They were the ones who invented everything. You understand? They were the ones that had all the knowledge, regardless of what anybody said. It was the knowledge of our ancestors that the reason why this country is. Then they didn't want us with them. So when we separated and we said we don't need y'all, we're gonna build our own train station. We're gonna have our own bus station. We're gonna have our own. What happened?
They shut it down.
They dropped a bomb on it. And then they said to the people were so afraid, they never shared the history with their grandkids. They didn't tell them. They were afraid that the grandkids would go through something because of the knowledge. Now, one thing I know, when you know you come from good stock, you be proud. You be like, oh, my people did such X, Y, Z, X. But when you think your people was just slaves, you have nothing to look forward to. You understand what I'm saying? You stay in that mindset. So I feel like we do our kids a disservice when we say we're not going to talk about the stuff that was in the past, the history.
Stay right there. You see what you just said? You summed up what I just said. They're going to stay in that mindset. They're going to stay in that mindset.
Because they don't know the other stuff.
But
if you don't teach them.
All right, let me give you a perfect example.
Definitely how
Let me
you
give you an
raise.
example. Let me give you some empirical knowledge, which means experience. 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I was going to Morris E. Leeds Middle School up Wadsworth. I think I was in the 6th grade. I was walking to school. By the time I got to school, my sock was hanging out the front of it. I said this a couple times. I used to have to pull my sock up so it could come back through the hole in my sneaker that used to be right there. I still vision and still see that hole right there now. I don't want to think about how I was a have-not. Because now I work hard for my accolades so I can have.
But you do
But
that
you have that
because
story
you
that
have a have.
you
and
do
was a
that
have
because
not.
you didn't have.
But I don't
Because you
dwell.
didn't have.
But I
It's
don't.
not about dwelling,
It's
though.
not
It is,
dwelling.
though.
No, it's not.
It's not dwelling.
It's not
It's
dwelling.
just learning
It's
from
telling
that.
somebody else that is in your position, that was in that position right now, that you can say, I remember when the same thing you just said, when we had holes in our shoes, when my family didn't have nothing, when my mom had to constantly move, we was unstable. I didn't want that for my children.
Right.
But if
Right.
you don't tell them this, and they think they just see EA now, they might think EA grew up his family balling.
And some people
You
need
understand what
some
I'm
people
saying?
need that though.
You
Some people need to
yes.
remember where the fuck they came
have
from because they forget,
You
and then
forget.
they get this frame of mind that they better than people
don't
because they
forget where you
better.
came from to
You
say
forget
yourself.
where you came from.
Y'all may not know like I know. When Meek Mill say he was a dirty little young boy with the braids,
Yeah, I remember the tape.
he was
I
the
know him.
dirty little young boy with the braids,
I
but
know
not
him.
dirty,
That's-
dirty,
but
dirty.
that's
I
what
know
I
him. I
respect.
chased him and his
That's what I
friends out of my
respect about Meek,
basement.
though.
Well, way before he was Meek Mill, I chased him and his friends out of my basement down there with my daughter. Well, you know they was.
You was hating.
I was like, get
You
your
gonna
ass
get a
up
kids
out
Call
of
of
here.
Duty. You gonna get a kids Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I remember now. But you gonna chase the boys out of there playing Catch a Girl, Get a Girl.
I told her I don't have no damn company. I don't care who the hell it was.
See?
Now, she
And-
said what she said.
When
Now,
I said I don't
somebody-
have nobody in my house when I ain't home, you don't have nobody. And now when she goes,
Then
she
you
gonna
had
say,
people
you
in
don't
your
have a
Then you had people in your mother's house when she went home.
hell
With her
no.
permission.
Never. I swear on God.
Let me tell you
Still
something about
scared.
My mom
Let me tell you
ain't
something about Deborah.
Exactly.
still
My
scared.
mom ain't played none of
What-
that. My
Did you
mom
get-
ain't played.
And
nothing.
I didn't play
If
with Deborah.
Listen, if I wanted to see people, I had to go over somebody else's house because it was not about
I
to
didn't
happen
play
at
with
Sheila's
Deborah at all.
At all. Shit,
Let me tell you
mom
something about
used to-
Pep. Back when
mom ain't
she
play
was
that.
from 12th Street, she was Pep. She Deborah now. I
Oh,
grew up
yeah,
with
Pep
Pep.
with
My
a-
sisters didn't.
Right.
Pep used to fuck me up.
Yeah.
And this is what I say about the way you raised too, because the way I was raised on 12th Street, I was raised by the whole block.
Right.
If I was outside
Yeah, that's how it
acting
was
out
when
of
I was-
pocket,
Yeah.
somebody gonna snatch me up, take me to my grandma's house, and tell me she's out here, this, that, and the third. And then my grandma gonna say, wait till your mom come home.
You gonna get your.
Then I'm gonna get an ass whooping from my
I
mom.
blame it on all y'all from
Yeah.
North Philly and South
But
Philly.
when we grew up, that's how it was. Everybody
I
had
blame
to
it on
have a
everybody from North and
and
South Philly.
You better not do
Once
shit.
my mom said, I'm gonna call your dad, that's when I was like,
You knew it was coming when your dad
You
get
feel
called,
me?
right?
That's crazy because my dad never really hit
He
me.
ain't have to.
My
Yeah,
mom was the
Your
one that
dad
hit
ain't,
me.
yeah, your dad ain't have to
But
hit
my
you.
dad would
When your
just.
dad, I remember my dad I got in trouble from my dad one time. My mom had these red platform shoes, right? She had these red platforms, so you know it had to be early 70s. I had to be like 5 or 6, but she had some red shoe polish, right? So I'm a polish her shoes. I set the shoes on their white sheets on their bed. I started polishing the shit.
That's crazy.
My dad tore my ass up for that. When I got tore up, I got my ass whipped for that.
That's
the only time I ever remember my dad.
I feel like
too.
ass whippings are definitely
Essential.
something that's essential.
Yeah, it is.
And like, you know, I'm not gonna put her out there. Somebody I know doesn't really discipline their child properly.
Oh, I know a few of them.
And she get to yelling and screaming at them and telling them no and everything. And she's like, well, I don't wanna spank her. Let me tell you something, sis. You go to Bible study,
Spank her.
your Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. That means to me, ass whoopings.
Right.
And I'm an advocate for ass whoopings because I raised my child the same way. You act up, you're going to get in trouble from me. You're going to get in trouble from your aunts. And then the one she hated was her Aunt Kia because her Aunt Kia was going to Jesus her down to the ground about it.
Oh, Lord.
And she's like, please don't tell Aunt Kia. Because you don't want me to, that's
the one I'm
going
telling
to.
first.
So you need to
I'm
understand.
telling everybody.
Yeah, you need to understand.
That's what my daughter used to say. And you be telling everybody.
Yep. I sure do.
I sure am going to. I'm going to tell your grandmother, your aunt. I'm telling them.
But I don't have any issues. I've never had my daughter talk back to me. She's never swole up on me, and she bigger than me. I mean, I still fuck her up. But she ain't never take it there.
But see, you was blessed
because that's how I raised my kids.
Most girls and mothers, they clash.
A lot of
I remember when I was in college and I was taking psychology, and at the time I went, my daughter was a teenager. I guess she was probably like 13, 14 when I was in school. She was around 14. And I remember they had a whole chapter on mothers and daughters and the relationships of mothers and daughters and why mothers and daughters crash when they get to between the ages of like 12 and 16.
I'll tell you why.
And it was because the daughters is coming into themselves. They think they grown,
but
basically.
At the same time, a lot of moms out here play homegirl with their daughters. And that's something my dad always taught me, like with my stepmom. She was like that. And my dad used to say, stop being a friend and be their mom.
Right.
You lay down the law from the beginning. Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about that.
No, that's facts.
And that's just it, because what you're not going to do is talk crazy to me. I'm not the one. And I tried it one time. I didn't even talk crazy to my mom. I listened to the white girl at school. She told me, if your mom hits you, if you don't cry, she'll stop hitting you. Okay. I don't know why I listened to
white girl. They get you one more. Oh, you think it's tough.
So it came up. A situation came up.
Yeah.
And I tried not to cry. My mom took it as a threat and squared up. And I'm looking at her like, what you squaring up for?
Oh, you want to fight?
Wow. I died for about 37 seconds. I died. She punched me in my chest so hard. I died for like 37 seconds. And after the 30 seconds, I came back like,
like that was the worst thing ever happened.
Right.
So that's what I'll be saying to young girls. Y'all young girls is out of pocket, because let me tell you about Deborah. Deborah killed me at least twice. I don't play with that lady to this day.
Yeah.
And see, I ain't like to get hit. So I remember the last spanking I got, and I was like 13 and I ain't even do shit. My sister lied, left, got on the bus without me, and then went to my house. I'm looking all over for this chick. My mom like, she thinks she gonna tell my mom she left me. My mom whipped my ass. And then later she gonna tell. Then after we got
you
grown,
ain't know how to get around.
No, after we got grown, no, I knew how to get around. I didn't know her ass knew how to get around. She gonna get on the damn bus. Listen, after we got grown, my sister gonna tell my mom she really didn't leave me. My mother was like, she did, and I said, didn't I tell you? I would never leave her ass on Broad Street. Really? She left, got her ass on the bus, and got my ass with her.
Yep. And that's needed. Like, I'm sorry, it's needed. Y'all could try all this other stuff.
I mean, let me just say this. It depends on the child.
I feel like you can talk through
I'm
certain shit.
gonna say it depends on the child. Cause I got nieces that got body beat down and had to get it hundreds and numerous of times. It didn't help. So it depends on the individual. Cause some kids, I think my daughter's the sadist. She like to fight. So ass whipping wasn't really about nothing for her. Cause some kids just don't. I rather stay. I didn't like to be punished.
Yeah.
My mom like stay in your room for a month, and she meant it. Like nothing, like no TV. You're in your room, and so that worked for me.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get hit. If I had to get told to stay in, especially in the summertime when it's house party jumping off, that was a problem.
And listen,
That was a problem.
This house better be clean before I come
it was
home,
definitely
or it's
clean.
the ass whooping. Take
Absolutely.
that, take
that was
that
what I
meat out
say.
the freezer, or it's the ass whooping.
Right. Or do the dishes. See,
And at the end of the day,
right.
that taught us how to take care of our own houses.
Listen, I had to mow the lawn. I used to be mad as shit.
Yup, I had to
my
rake the
stepmom ain't
leaves.
do it. I used to be like,
I had to
why he
rake
can't
the
mow the
Smith
lawn?
leaves because she was old. So my grandma made me not only rake our leaves, but go next door and rake Miss
the
Nesmith
neighbor,
leaves
yup.
because she was
We
old.
had an old
I was
lady.
And
doing
I
that
used to be
anyway.
like,
had a neighbor
that was
old
my
oh,
lady
hustle.
she
next
got
door too, yup.
grandkids. Why I always got to rake her leaves?
What?
She got
That was
You ain't
my
gotta
grandkids.
ask no questions. Just do it.
Yeah,
I already
so
know.
That's
needed. That like that.
But
that has a lot to do with everything else. Is how you teach your
But
children.
I feel like also, I know in my family, my mom had backups. Like she had my grandparents.
Yup,
And I had my grandparents from both sides of my family, and my aunts and uncles from both sides of my family. And then I had my extended family lived on the block. And Grandpa Enix, you were not about to do shit.
Yeah.
Okay? He used to hang his belt. He had his German Shepherd Leo by the chair right here. And he had his thick leather belt hanging on a chair.
We need to get
And
back
my
to the
grandma
community.
Enix used to be in the kitchen like making like yeast rolls and all that. We used to want to go in there and look. And he used to be like, come past this chair. We knew not. We knew.
Absolutely.
Like he ain't had to we never had to get hit with the belt because we knew not to walk past that chair. You know what I'm saying?
But if
So-
you notice, things get more and more lenient as it goes. Because when my mom was growing up, they wasn't allowed to talk at the table.
Oh
Right.
no, we couldn't sing at the
You
table,
couldn't talk.
at the
No,
table,
right.
none of
Do
that.
nothing.
You had to eat
No,
your
you had
food
to eat
first.
your
You couldn't
food.
drink.
Listen,
And you
you
had
had
to
to eat
ask
all
to
of
get
it.
up.
You had to eat
Right.
all of
You
it.
had
'Cause
to
I
make-
had sat
you had
at
to
the
set the table.
for hours.
Yep, you had
In
to
front
set the
of
table.
the food
You had to
like
clean
it was.
off the table. You have to ask
And
to
we
get
was
up.
raised right.
Listen, my grandmother
Yeah.
would put that shit in the refrigerator. I would sit there at the table like this, and she would put it in the refrigerator, and you're going to
Right.
eat it tomorrow.
And let it be thundering. The good
already
Reverend
know.
Frazier would be like, everybody shut up, the Lord is speaking. I'll be sitting there like, what he saying? So, yeah, all that
Everything-
stuff, none of that is
you know,
going
I
on no
feel
more.
Anything
like-
back in the day always help you out and overstand. Because if you those things, I don't mind them going back in the days, but it's time to go forward. You know what I'm saying? And just
You still got to learn from your past
Yeah.
and don't
Yeah.
forget, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It's
just
important.
something you hold
It's
on to.
important because people ask me like why I'm doing my genealogy research, and I feel like, well,
why are you doing it? Say why you doing it.
Let me just say
I'm doing it too.
I'm doing it because for one, I was told that I was certain things in our family, but then when you go to learn things, they say, oh, that ain't true.
Right.
Like you not this, you
Right,
not that.
right,
And so my purpose for doing the genealogy research was really because I did want to claim my tribal ancestry for lots of reasons, tax purposes, give me my shit, and because it's mine. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I wanted to know because I knew for a fact from my father's side and my mother's side they both were Cherokee. Both my father's.
These we grew up.
So listen, no,
and
but this is-
everybody is an Indian.
No.
We all got
I didn't see
Indian.
it. I
in
didn't see it in my ancestry.
No. Let me say.
I thought.
No. But this is the thing. This is the thing with the This is the thing. You're probably not
I'm
going to
just-
see
I'm
it
just saying.
because they burnt the Indian records. They burnt them all.
Yeah, because
So
my
the thing is-
grandmother,
yeah.
we was always told that she
but
was Indian.
I knew for my great grandmother, my dad's grandmother, she had a picture on her TV of this man with these feathers. Now, when I was a kid, I just
We all
ain't paying
had
no
that.
attention because it was just a picture.
yeah.
Then when I got older and I asked my mom, she was like, "Oh yeah, that was her dad. That was her father." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So.
Not real.
So when you go back to look for stuff now, when I'm going back doing my ancestry research, I went and I bought stuff. Like I bought old
Yeah, 'cause some of
records,
that
old
stuff be off.
the black people in Virginia in the late 1700s and early 1800s, those people was free.
Yeah,
Now
my
they like
grandmother
to
came from Virginia.
tell us, oh, they was all slaves. But my great grandmother told me, she was like, my people wasn't slaves. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, in school she said, I don't care what they told you.
Yeah.
My people were never enslaved. And so when I'm doing the records and I'm looking, mostly all the people, the blacks that lived in this area, in that area of Virginia in the early 1800s, they was free. There was only 5 or 6 blacks on there that said that they were slave out of all the black people in that area. So you have to be careful what you being taught. And I feel like if you don't go out and learn for yourself, you ain't gonna know the truth because they not about to tell you no truth.
I had to find out because when I did mine, they try to say that they try to list my great grandmother as Caucasian, and she was not at all. They try to list my great grandmother and my grandfather as Caucasian. My great grandfather Russell Smith had the nappiest hair on the planet.
Mm-hmm. What did they have him as, mulatto? What did it say, mulatto?
It just said Caucasian.
Okay, because I know
but
for mine they had mulatto.
She had Indian in her. That's why I was so confused.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know, as far as slaves go, they definitely was in the slave quarters because I also seen 8% Scottish. Get up out of here. 27%. What is it? What's the African one I am? Nigerian. Okay. 27%.
But you gotta be careful with the.
Where the fuck I land?
No, but you gotta be careful with the DNA test because they said they are only 1% accurate.
Yeah.
It's for at the bottom it say for entertainment purposes only. Mm-hmm. So the person that was teaching us that I was learning from to do the genealogy, he said if you really want to know about your ancestors, you're gonna have to do a genealogy research. You really can't go by the DNA because why? The results don't even stay the same. Mm-hmm. When I got my done in 2011, it said I got it done in 2011. It said I had all these different things, and then when I went back recently to look at it, none of the stuff is the same from what it said before. Now, they said, because more and more people took it. But for me, what they got to do with changing my DNA? That don't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. I don't care how many people took this blood test. My DNA is what it is. So how can the results change based on other people? Mm-hmm. That don't make sense to me. You ain't going to try to you ain't going to try to, say it this way, that way. If there's no way my DNA can change. If you take
what are you trying to accomplish again?
I was trying to get my tribal heritage. I wanted to get so I can get sovereignty, so I don't have to pay taxes and go to school for free and get all the things that I feel like we supposed to get because our ancestors went through a lot. And if it was something out there for their people, I would think that they would rather us get it than let other people have it.
You know what they're going to say when you going to keep looking? Flavor Flav.
I don't care.
What is that?
Flavor Flav.
I ain't got nothing for you, man.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter because guess what? If you don't go look, you never know. What about that black family in California that just got that? Did you read about it?
You keep saying that, D.
You better go look it up.
She just said that 100 times.
You better go look it up.
Look it up.
The white people, listen, go look it up. They chased their
family.
The Klan chased their great grandparents or whatever, or great grandparents. They had bought land on the beach in California, and they chased them off the land. They didn't.
And my mom ain't find it. My father ain't find it. Their mother and father ain't find it.
Their great grandkids.
If they ain't find it,
and Martha's Vineyard too.
A lot of them, like Flavor Flav and Flavor Flav and Old Dirty Bastards. They are Shinnecock Indians. They from the Shinnecock Reservation. The Shinnecock Reservation is right near the Hamptons. The people at the Hamptons is so upset because they don't want this, and they all black. These is black people, and they was always sovereign. They never got their land taken away, never, and they still there to this day.
Blows my mind.
But guess what? When Old Dirty Bastard was on what's that white guy? Howard Stern. Mm-hmm. When he was on that Howard Stern show, Howard Stern was talking. He said, "I'm an Indian." So Howard Stern said, "You an Indian?" He said, "Yeah, I'm Shinnecock." So they was like, "No, get out of here."
Having a whole conversation.
They like, "No, get out of here."
They don't even care about y'all.
Yeah, we teaching.
Listen,
because guess what? After Dirty Old Bastard went on there and said that, how long ago after that was he going?
Oh my God!
Yeah, because you know why they don't want
I don't believe
and if you listen to EA, you ain't never gonna find out nothing because he ain't gonna go look.
I'm cool. I want to go by what the numbers say on my bank account. What's in my pocket.
Red said, check out the documentary Black Miami.
Black Miami, see?
Nope, I'm cool. I done read enough books in 5 years.
You ain't read enough.
Shit.
You ain't read enough.
Shit, I'm
you ain't read the right one.
If it ain't going to change the condition of me and my circumference.
Your mindset got to change first.
It already did.
You can't change the condition of the man.
I'm chasing this commission. If I get this motherfucking commission, boy, I'm going to buy me a boat.
That's all right, because when I find my land, I ain't going to need no commission.
You sound like Star.
I'm getting ready to get
Go ahead up there. Go ahead and get your farm. Go up Lancaster. We are going up York, Lancaster, Allentown.
Put my tiny house. on a little
That's where you
piece
going
of
up there.
land.
Where?
Western
Where's-
Pennsylvania.
No, I don't want to
Star
live
telling
up
me
there.
she going up
I want to live by the beach.
up Lancaster. She gonna buy a farm. She gonna be next to the Amish.
I want to live by the beach.
Shit.
Ain't no water up that way. I need some water in my life.
Yes, so. Bang,
Yes,
bang,
but,
bang. You already know. You see, I got my fanatic shirt on. I'm just representing.
But yes, but we got
Yeah,
we got a Phillies game tonight, 8:00.
Right. Believe that.
Let's go.
But
We got
listen,
3 in a
November
row.
27th is going down. You know what I'm saying? We only gonna just say Rocky for right now, but we got a slew of female dope singers, musicians, spokes ladies. Is that the correct phrase? I was gonna say spokesmen.
Spokeswomen.
Spokes. If I say spokes,
spokesperson.
spokesmen. Now, if I say spokesmen,
Spokesperson.
would y'all take it? Would y'all take it personal?
We're gonna say
If I'm talking,
spokesperson.
say if it was y'all though, and y'all do poetry, and if I said spokesman,
That's not a spokesman.
I would say poet.
yes, it is.
Call me a poet.
Yeah, it's not male. See,
I
you
am a
you
poet.
geographic.
You try to blow it?
No, the spokesman is
Spokesperson.
I
female
am a
or
spoken
male.
word artist.
Spokesperson.
A
All right,
spoken
see
word
y'all.
artist.
We can take some of y'all feminism.
Please don't.
And
Let me tell you
accept
something.
it.
It's too many people taking our feminism.
Too many
right
people
now.
taking our.
I'm
Everybody
sorry.
wanna be
It's
feminine.
too many
Everybody
of
wanna
them
be a lady.
taking out masculinity.
Everybody
Yeah,
wanna
you
be
know
a-
why?
that too.
Because they're
Back up,
out
boy.
here with
Back up,
pocketbooks,
boy.
crop
Man
tops,
box.
tight jeans, pocketbooks,
Dresses at the
fingernail
awards.
polish.
I got polish on.
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
talking
gel.
about color.
Dresses at the awards.
I get
We talking
gel.
about color.
What you mean?
That's
Gel,
clean.
man.
That's a manicure.
Yeah,
We
I
talking
get
about
manis and
color
petties.
nails.
I'm on
You
point.
come in here with
Hell.
color nails on, I'm
No, I ain't
grinding
color
you
my
up, E.
nails. No.
That's what I'm talking
All
about.
right, let me tell you the only way I color my nails. And somebody say, yo, you got to do this. You got to do a rock star, black rock star, and you got to be a little gothic, but not be symbolic to any devilish type of behavior.
That's what Gothic is.
Well, that's why I said not be devilish. I would paint my nails black and be, yup.
Yeah, but rock
Had
stars do
10,000
that,
of y'all in
though.
the crowd. Give me,
Yeah,
give
rock
me
stars do that.
80,000.
I'm
I'll be
talking
like,
about
Rock
pink
star.
nails. See, I'm talking about niggas with pink nails with sparkles.
Clocker where I was. Give me that.
nails
Paint my nails black and all that. You got the
Their
y'all.
nails look like this, though.
Looking
Look,
like this
every
was
last
good.
one of y'all had on a costume.
This what they got on.
Today. No, all week. Girls, y'all always wear costumes. Stop
We
playing.
will be ladies.
Y'all always wear, but we ladies, you corny. Men wore costumes
You know,
on Harlem Nights.
let me tell you
I'm just
something.
saying, I'm not
At
one
the
of the
end
ones
of
that
the
think
day-
everybody's supposed to do everything that everybody else do. That's not
Exactly.
why.
And why you trying
Because
to
in
get
some
reparations?
stuff,
Why
it's
you trying
supposed
to
to be
ask
for
reparations?
That ain't got
girls.
Why
nothing to
you
do with my
trying-
sexual preference. That ain't got nothing to do with my
Why you
sexual.
trying to get with the people
Because
old
it's
from back in
mine.
the day?
Because it's
Because
mine.
that's
It's not
hers.
yours.
It belongs to us.
It's not yours.
It is. And
Same
guess what?
thing. You think
I'm
you're
not.
entitled.
And you
You
know
think
what?
you're
And guess
entitled.
what?
Cause
And EA,
your
Nope.
four sister was
Absolutely.
Apache.
Absolutely.
Jump on it.
Absolutely.
Jump on
And
it.
guess what? And if my great grandmama Allen had some money and you related, you're not getting none.
That's all
You're
right.
not. I'm cutting you out.
At Rosetta Allen, they finding my grandma when she used to take us
cutting you
down
out.
Germantown and Shelton and get us breakfast every first of the month. Ain't there.
Cutting you out.
Ain't there.
I'm gonna get EA share away because he don't want it.
Play Apache,
All I'm
jump on it
saying
song.
is, it's certain stuff that need to be
gonna
left to
say
men,
okay.
and certain stuff that need to be left to women.
Well, I'm playing this for Deej, y'all,
That's it.
because she is so happy, geek, that she found out that she is really, see, because my age, we grew up, right?
I've been through that.
We grew up saying we had Indian in us. All our girl families, they used to put Vaseline on their face while they was on their way to school, and when they used to dance and stuff like this. This is what we thought we was Indians. Come on. Ho! 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 Dee, this what made Dee's doing her research right now. She is a part of the original Apache crew. Jump on it. Look at Dee's. Look. No, let me calm Dee's down because she really gonna go home and do like 19 hours worth of research again. One thing about doing your genealogy, my cousin did it for 6 years.
It's so much fun.
When my mom was telling me the stuff she found, some people stop at Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised when you see, like my mother's mother's mother. No, my mother's mother was a white woman.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Well, I told you, Mom said Ukraine and Russia. Who? I'm trying to find out who the Ukrainian was.
So, them white women always.
I'm trying to find out who was the Ukrainian ancestor in my family. Who was Ukrainian? Like when you do,
I'm not claiming them Caucasians.
Listen, when you do an ancestry, you think you're gonna find stuff like Ireland, Scotland, but when you find Russia and Ukraine,
but you gotta see, y'all see, and we gonna go back
where
in the
they
day.
came from.
Go back in the day before civilization, right when civilization started. You'll get the origin. And honestly, the only writers, y'all can read them books all you want. Now y'all may disagree. The only writers was the only proof of those writers is in them encyclopedias. Until y'all start reading them, holla at
No, you gotta go by
read the encyclopedia.
No, go by the Diary of Columbus.
Or that too. That's a good one. And we out of here. See y'all next week. WillPower UnSurfaced. Yeah, though.